Okay, yeah, let's do a guide for YouTube, for YouTuber. So, basic runes. We got yellow armor, we got purple, you know, quints. Attack speed, that is really important. The attack speed is very important. No matter what you do, keep the attack speed on the quints at least. The blues, flat MR, and the reds, flat 80. It's all flat stats, basic runes, pretty basic runes. Like this is the runes people use. That people use, I don't know, since seasons as jungle, 80 carries as well. I don't know, I like to keep it basic. So these are the runes, not much to say about the runes to be honest, simple. Masteries, now this is a thing. See, I got 5% extra CDR. It's really easy to get the 40% on the items. It's basically Trinity and Frozen Art, what I build very often. I mean, Trinity is a core item. I do build Frozen Art very often too. If I wouldn't build Frozen Art, I could eventually go for Morph Memortius and Death Stance and get also 40%. So then you would have 45% CDR. So the CDR seems to be really nice on Shaco, even better on the new Shaco. So always go for the CDR if you can. And then we have everything based on damage, you know, attack speed, some more extra damage on minions and monsters. It is also really important to have a nice clear. You know, the thing about jungle clear is the more damage you do, the more attack speed you have, the faster you clear, but also the more efficiently you clear. Not just the, you know, not just the clear time, but also better sustain, and you take less damage on top of it. So you can easily do a full clear in appropriate time and still have full HP if you do it really good, etc. Okay. Maybe I didn't have to queue over there. Okay, that works. So yeah, that's really important. And then we have everything really based on damage. I used to take this actually, the buff duration is pretty nice. But since this, no wait, since this one got nerfed and this one, like 2% of each take node, I feel like there is a bit of lack of damage now. So I take this, you know, to compensate that. I don't build a Sunfire as I used to also. I just get the Trinity earlier to compensate that damage loss on the Mastery nerfs basically. You could still go for the Sunfire, but yeah, I'm gonna talk more about the items later. So yeah, these are the masteries, some more damage based, you know, some more stats, some AP 80. It's really all damage based since your item build is mostly tanky. I mean, this masteries allows you to build that tanky. This is why, especially because of the Thunderlord, is why you can go so tanky and still deal nice damage. I also take this now instead of the double-edged sword. I take this, the Battle Trance. Seems to be better. I mean, since you build tanky, you can easily last out more than 3 seconds, so you get the full benefit of it in team fights mostly. This is also really nice, getting that 5% heal, especially if you build extra HP, which I like to do, even more when I go for the Sunfire, of course. You get nice benefits from this. So yeah, also the Thunderlord is basically the key mastery on all of this. It's all about that Thunderlord. Oh shit. We can get him too. Oh! The block is real. Oh my god, I'm a genius. I mean, this is what I mostly build. You know, Tiamat always first item, always. If possible, at best, get it after first recall. You know, do full clear, do 1 or 2 ganks, then you have the gold. Farm a bit longer. It's really easy to do full clear and keep farming, not having to go back, as you saw previous game. And I still had a potion left on top of it. Eventually you could not even build a potion and get the beats and maturity at the start. Also works out, and you know, reduce the cost of the Tiamat. So you have to get less gold in first clear. You could do that. But yeah, Tiamat is always first item. You need that to clear the new Raptor camps, because these are really difficult now. It's 5 little ones, takes too long a single target, so you need the Tiamat for that. The Crux, same thing. So once you have this, it's pretty easy, to be honest. And then the next item is basically the boots. I always go for the boots of swiftness, actually. Like, I know Ninja Tabi is pretty strong, almost broken, everybody builds it. I can understand why it makes you super tanky, but this is so much better because you get the movement speed, you know, faster clear time, faster rotations, you know, more gank possibilities, more lane presence, and the best thing is the slow reduce. Everybody has slows, some of them have really long slows and really hard slows, so you need this. This is really helpful to juke them out in team fights and not be too slow and get kited to death, basically. So I would rather go Swifties than Ninja Tabis. And then second item, you know, Trinity. I always like to build the first core of the Trinity. This one, what is it called? The Stinger. The Sheen is also really nice. Also, the best thing about Trinity is the on it passive proc. With that on it, you don't just get more damage on your one auto attack, but it also gives you another proc for the Thunderlord. So like one hit with the Trinity is 2 procs, and then you need one more hit, maybe the E, and you get the Thunderlord on them, just like I did on the Kaylin, and one shot her like that. Come on. Come on. Oh, fuck. Just like that, dude, just like that. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? What is this Katrina doing? Okay. Okay. Yeah. And then also the, the movement speed, attack speed, HP, AD, everything you get from the Trinity is really useful. Even the old Trinity, the AP would have been useful, the crit would have been useful. It doesn't give that anymore, but it's still useful. The best thing about it is now the 20% CDR. So you get the 20% CDR pretty quickly with this. And then you could start building tanky like GA, or like if they have too many ADs, too much DPS based, you could go for the Frozen Heart. Or if you need a CDR really badly for some reason, just go for the Frozen Heart. Since it's really cheap, it's 2.7k, it's really cheap. So yeah, and then the GA even cheaper, even more efficient. So that is why I build it as well. It's also, I mean, it's making you tanky for both at the same time, magic damage and physical damage, and you get the revive, and it's cheap as fuck. So why wouldn't you build it? It's just perfect item. So yeah, this is basically the standard build. The last item would be Blade of the Rune King. I like the old Blade of the Rune King more, but I guess the new one is still nice enough. So yeah, Eventually, I would upgrade the Tiamat to Hydra, to the Ravenous Hydra, but I never get to do that actually. Like I never get to do it. The game is mostly over around that time. See, I never really get to upgrade the Hydra. Like you see the power spike in it, right? Once I get these items, it's basically a win, you know. So yeah. And like you get everything from this item build. The AoE, the early AoE clear, that is really important for proper jungling. The Trinity is just, it gives you so many good stats. It's all useful for Shaco. The boots of swiftness, because you know all the slows, you need the slow resist and the more movement speed. Like with this movement speed, the movement speed of this and the Trinity combined, just dude, it's so fast. You outrun anybody, you juke them really easily, etc. And then especially the full CDR with this. Like the best thing about this is also it's really cheap. See the Swifties are way cheaper than the Ninja Tabi on top of it, even so I would build that anyway because of the benefit it gives, but it's also cheaper. GA cheap, super cheap. The Frozen Art super cheap. The Tiamat itself is 1.2. It's pretty cheap too. The only really kinda heavy costing item is the Trinity, but it's totally worth it. So yeah. I mean, you could still go Sunfire as I do sometimes, like when I have full AD in this one. I went even Ninja Tabi on top of it, because they were probably full AD. Having 3-4 armor items. Yeah, they had Graves, Draven, so if they have that many ADs, you could go for the Ninja Tabi and the Sunfire, of course. But this is like the basic build. The most standard build. That's pretty much it, dude.